Oakwise, how to use the mortgage and loan calculator. This is a piece of software that I wrote many years ago. And basically it's a visual mortgage calculator, visual loan calculator that allows you to go through different scenarios. It's a very great tool for playing what if scenarios on your mortgage and or generally in loans. Or to figure out what difference it will make if you make minor modifications. So this is the way the tool starts up when it comes out of the box. Um, so if you want to do a monthly payment, US mortgage, you do this. Now this field up here defines which one of these slider controls will be active. Right now the remaining slider is active, which means the computer will move this one for you depending on what the other four are at. One of the most useful um, one is to have the payment slider to be the active one. So let's say we want to pay something off in a certain time period, and we want to know what our monthly payments would be. So we'll figure out what our interest rate is going to be. So let's say for interest sakes, our interest rate is going to be 8.5%, and we want to pay off a $50,000 loan, and we want to pay that off in, let's say, 5 years. So then our monthly payment would be $1,025 per month. Then basically from there we can go and we can say, okay, so what would change if, for example, instead of doing 1,025, I would be doing 1,075, for example, and this slider switches to 4 years 9 months. Now I can take this slider and move it up just slightly, and the other one will change along with it. So now I'm at 1475, and that drops my payment period over to 3 years. I can use buttons also. If I don't want to use the sliders, I can use buttons to increase. This is by $10 in this case, and this is by $1. So the small one um, is by 10. The small one is by $1. The big one is by $10. Other things that are of interest is, for example, let's say I am leasing a car, and the car is worth $30,000, let's say, and the my lease payments are for, let's say, for um, 4-year lease. 4-year lease. Yeah, 4-year lease, just for sake of argument, and my payments are on this, let's say, $1,000 or something like that. If it actually was $1,000, I suggest you go somewhere else, because if it actually was that, you have to include the extra charges on top of that. So if it actually was $1,000 in lease, then they would be charging you. The computer says they are charging you 25% interest at those amounts. It might just be better to slap the whole thing onto a Visa card, which only charges you 20%. So you can make small modifications here with the buttons and see exactly what amount you're being charged. I, for example, used this a little while ago to calculate lease payment on a Canon EOS 5D Mark II body, which costs 3,300 Canadian dollars, so you can lease it at 122.06 per month. So I punched those numbers into my tool, and so what I did is I just punched this into this tool. So that's $3,299, and it was hold on, it was 122.06, 122.06. Oopsie, where are we? 122.06. And that was good for 36 months. And then it was paid off, and I determined that they were going to charge me 20% in leasing fees. Again, at those prices, I much rather just slap it on my Visa card, because then I can just pay it off anytime I want to. That's not an attractive lease rate for me, so I passed on that particular deal. So these are the kind of things you can do with your the mortgage tool. You can also figure out that, if interest is, let's say, 6%, and you think you can afford $500 per month or $1,000 per month or whatever on a 25-year mortgage, what kind of a house can you actually buy with that 500? Of course, you can't buy a lot with that. But let's say, $1,000 per month will allow you to take on a mortgage of $155,000. So, very useful little tool. Um, you can find it at my website at oakwise.org. Scroll down to the bottom, download the free mortgage calculator, run the executable, go into the folder that is being it's a self-extracting exe file. If you go into the folder, and then there's an executable, just run that, and then you get this interface as you see it ahead of you, and you can do some calculations, what if scenarios, and then you can go into some of the special things that I have, like analyzing the cost of the uh, total mortgage or the total loan over its lifetime. It's a very helpful tool. I hope you enjoy it. Have a good day. Goodbye.